My dissertation project is basically related to applied linguistics, and the source of inspiration for my project came from York St John degree. I've done two modules. One of them was on second language acquisition and the other one was on classroom language research. So the first module introduced different second language acquisition theories, and it was not a traditional way of presenting one theory after the other. The module was synthesizing, analyzing, criticizing those theories, and at the end we as MA students and as teachers, we were asked to think of those theories. And at that stage I thought that the role of applied linguistics is to give us theories, but I realized that I was mistaken when I took a module on classroom language research, where we were exposed to the idea of teachers as researchers as well. So at the end I decided for my dissertation, I decided to join the two modules together to try to join the theory and practice, which is the essence of applied linguistics at the end. So I was considering the word mediation, because we always say applied linguistics is mediating theory and practice, and I found it a real wide term. Like, what do you mean by mediation, and what is the medium of mediation? If we say applied linguistics is mediating, in what way is it mediating? Is it mediating in terms of the topics it's trying to discuss? And so what if applied linguistics is addressing topics in the real world? This is not a source of mediation, because most of the findings and the solutions are kept away from the people in the real world. So what applied linguistics is doing is it's making use of the data in the real world to put it in research and then keep the findings in books. We as teachers and as learners are interested to know what researchers come to find as a result of using our data. So I thought I can take this mission by trying to mediate between theory and practice in a very focused form. So my dissertation is between theory and practice, discourse alteration as mediation between theory and practice. I've noticed that most of the articles in applied linguistics have the introductory phrase from theory to practice. And this introductory phrase carries the ideology of linguistics applied rather than applied linguistics. So when I say from theory to practice, it means that I am a researcher and I'm asking you to use my theory in your practice, but this is not the essence of applied linguistics. So I thought of altering the introductory phrase by saying between theory and practice, because I believe it's a two-way process. It's not theory to practice or practice to theory. And I thought of discourse alteration as a medium of mediation. Now, the idea of discourse mediation came to my mind after I read an article by Claire Crummage, which was published 15 years ago. And in that article she was addressing the problem of discourse. And she said, she was quoting Widdowson by saying that there are two worlds. We've got the world of the practitioners and we've got the world of theorists. And she was saying that one of the reasons behind creating a big gulf or a kind of divide between the two words is the discourse problem. That teachers are, researchers, let's say, are using the language to talk to each other, and they're using their own academic rigid discourse, and they're not looking at the teachers. They're using the data from the teachers, but they're not looking at them, and they're not getting back to them. So this is where I get my idea from. I thought I need to start with discourse alteration. If Claire Crummage addresses that one of the potential reasons behind this divide is the discourse, let's try with altering this discourse. And that's it, really. One thing that added to the complexity of my dissertation was a question that Ernesto Macaro asked in 2003 at the beginning of the book. The question is, do we need another book on second language acquisition? And that question actually shocked me, because this is what I was looking for and this is what I was arguing. I was saying that yes, we need another book because the language of the book is not intelligible to a wider audience. So in my dissertation I focused on one particular module because this is still an experimentary thing, and as far as I know, nobody else did this before. So I thought I would start with a small model, and I started with Hall's parasitic model, and I tried to simplify it and to mediate between Christopher Hall and his colleagues from one side and the teachers in a Gazan context in another side. So in brief, that's what I'm doing at the moment.